Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 7th episode of Isekai Drugstore. So, let's jump on in and see what customers we serve today. 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, how dare you? Take this man away from my sight. Demon Kings and Mercy don't exactly go hand in hand, you know. Yeah, Quantum Bringden. 90%. Looks pretty cool though. And clearly works. So, I hope you enjoy your next customer, Reiji. It should be a fun time. I wish you could see my cat under my desk. He's just like sleeping, kind of on his back, just right next to my foot. You know, his legs up in the air. Just. Whenever he slightly moves, he rubs up against my foot. Cute kitty kitty. Woof! Advent of the Demon King. Hey, he arrived. He, she. Did I ever find out whether that was a boy or a girl? I don't even remember. I'm sure I'll find out by the end of the episode either way. I used up 90% of my mana, you better be grateful. Gonna have a rough time getting back without your help. You did bring money, right? That's usually how customers do it. We did that with the horns a giveaway. Gado Ejiru. That would be him. Well, if you don't want This is what we call security. He was taken aback by such a declaration. I'm pretty sure he just came here expecting you to just give them all to him, so no money. Hotoko. Maybe it is a girl, I don't know. I mean, the Demon King from Bunny Black was a girl, so. Yeah, which is hard to do if you expect me to give them all to you for free. I bet the Demon King's never been scolded like this before. No, you weren't. Demon King needed a good talking to. Like, I assume the Demon King's a girl just on the basis of that's the kind of show it is, you know? A bunch of cute female customers come over. But I'm not even I'm not sure, though. I think Demon King approves of Noetta. uh, the fluffy tail, that is the most important thing. Well, we're not going to allow that. Instant response. Okay, could have been a little bit more gentle than that. Yeah, they're translated as human, but Demon King's saying otoko, which is man, you know, male. I'm pretty sure. But maybe it can be translated as human too in different contexts. I don't know. I don't know Japanese. I think that's a reference to a certain game, an old game. The scolding never ends, the lecturing. That is kind of the important thing. You just want everything, don't you? You spoiled Demon King, you. I will bribe her with potions. But you still don't have money. You haven't solved that problem. We got full circle. Foiled again. I'm sorry, Cat, but you're in the way of my foot. I really... Yeah, you're quite impressive in your own way, Reiji. I brought money this time. I can adapt. I just stole it from the local villagers. Yeah, it's more or less what I imagined. Is he gonna tell him to give it back candy? I mean, the horn's pretty demonic. Like, I feel like Demon King doesn't get out too much. I mean, give it the candy is pretty telling. Is that what it was? Take my child. We'll give you the pity discount. Should I accept the pity or should I not? That is a question. I guess that settles that. I mean, you can't really compete with the man who makes the potions with the potion. It was doomed to fail from the beginning. I didn't know they would go so far on this pitiful Demon King route. Dojo potion. I want a standard potion. At least Demon King hasn't given up. Reiji Sensei. Good thing they're not here. Didn't he already reject that offer? Yeah, you already made that reference once. Also that. I don't think that's what he said. Is that a euphemism for something? Oh, another girl popped up. So it is a boy. Did we finally get confirmation? I mean, I could get it behind that. This Demon King really had no idea what he was getting himself into when he came into this establishment for the first time. I'm sure Demon King would agree to that. Zekko chose a strong word. No. Have some pity too. That's not how I would characterize an interaction. Yeah, you're very disrespectful, you know that. Yeah. I was actually thinking the same thing, like it's kinda like Elena. He is a bit of a hero. Oh, that's what he meant. I'm not sure he'd want to help you on that, though. Give me something that will wipe out countless human opposition. It's easy to forget. That would probably help his cause, yeah. Sengoku Jidai, yeah. Like a Sengoku Jidai with Demon Kings. I would watch that. I think she's made her real feelings pretty clear. Yeah, she's not one to, you know... You wish she was soon today. I know. He doesn't understand. The refusal to accept. Don't throw a temper tantrum in my shop, that's the condition. Doesn't it take 90% of his mana? How's he gonna get back? Okay. Okay, looks like he's got him. All tuckered out. And then we have our little sequence. Okay, we're back. Give it to me straight. I would definitely think twice before I use it on someone close to me. I can't imagine it making that much of a difference on her, though. The only time she would not be honest is if she's afraid she's gonna get in trouble. That's like the only time. Otherwise, she's like, yeah, always honest. What are your 3 sizes? Okay, that's how it works? Okay. Right, so... just kind of like a bit of a subtle nature to it. Or... well, yeah, there's not much of a disconnect here. Well, Ejidu, are you ready to hear the truth about how she feels about you? I don't think you are. Completely in line. Careful what you wish for, man. Who could have seen this coming? I guess he was beaten down that easily, he wouldn't be a Demon King. Become more like Reiji. I told you! I told you. I don't think it's quite like that. I think she... damn, they just used Tail Whip. Okay, Satanya. Yeah, I mean... something that already doesn't really have Tatemaya, it doesn't really make much of a difference. Although it might have more of an effect on Mina. It's a good question. Oh. Wow, okay, that was yeah, she is full Tatemai. No, we wouldn't say... We wouldn't say that about you. Jesus Christ, the difference. We know that's not true. We're definitely seeing a new side of her today. Black Mina. That's what we're gonna call her. The true Mina. We'll give you a massage right away. Or she will. They both woofed. On it. Okay, there we go. Maybe when she's being nice, it's still kind of condescending. I think he saw Scary Mina, Black Mina, and decided it was time to leave. Temporarily closed. We need a minute, guys. Bear with us. What is she gonna say? That's the thing. Is up to your stands, milady. Okay, I mean, that's decent praise from both sides. Yeah, they're the ones weird. Yeah, that would be pandemonium. Tatemaya Psycho. Hey, Elena. Panties. Those are really cute, actually. Very girly, very cute. Well, sorry, next time I'll keep them. Sheesh. If that's how you're gonna be about it. But yeah, once the ED's over, I'll explain some stuff in the discussion segments. Because some stuff didn't translate well in English for this episode. And I will elaborate on it. There's something on my pop via filter shield. Okay. We've almost met everyone in this group. So close. Pretty good. Interesting angle. Okay. Okay, so that was the 7th episode of Isekai Drugstore. Okay, so this was a pretty great episode. Now we finally got our big bad Demon King, who I wasn't sure was a boy or not, but by the end of the episode I think it was pretty clear that it was in fact a boy. Partly because of being in love with Noeda. I mean, that was the big thing, honestly. So, yeah, that was basically the thing. Our Demon King went over to Reiji's place to get a potion, and very much like a spoiled brat kind of character, because obviously he's a Demon King, he's probably waited on hand and foot, given whatever he wants all the time. That's kind of very naive to the rest of the world, because it's just the kind of environment that he's grown up in. So he goes here just kind of like demanding potions, and Reiji's like, no, no. You buy things. You pay with money. Then I give you product. That's how it works here. And what's his name? Ejidu. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Ezel. I'll call him Ezel. So Ezel's just like, he kind of like rephrased it in a couple ways, basically just saying the same thing. Give me stuff for free. But Reiji did not budge. He did not budge. And to make matters even complicated, you know, Ezel falls in love with Noeda, so he's like, oh, give me her at least. Well, no. And then she doesn't like him either. He's like, because Noella likes Reiji, you know, that's just how it is. So some spoiled Demon King boy walking in, that's not going to change anything, even if he could buy a potion, which was a bit of a struggle. He actually left, came back with money that people gave him out of pity, and it wasn't enough, but then Reiji gave him more pity to get a potion, and there was just a lot of pity. So, and that was probably the biggest surprise in regards to this character, and the direction they went with the character is just like pitiful Demon King. That's basically what they went for with his character. I feel like I've seen that a couple times before, but it was very entertaining for sure. So that's quite the adventure, and that was pretty much the whole episode. I mean, him being at the store, eventually actually working at the store, because he insisted on being the apprentice so he could learn how to make it, because then it'll just kind of solve all his problems, even though that's not at all true, because it's just not gonna work, not one bit. Eventually, we got into a thing where we made a special potion, and that's when things get a little bit tricky, because he wants to know how Noetta really feels about him, because apparently that wasn't already obvious. So we made a potion, which I believe was called Hone Stretto, right? And this is where I kind of want to explain things a bit. Okay. So, because I'm going to get into some like Japanese culture / Japanese language sort of stuff. So, in Japanese culture, there are two concepts. There's tatemaya and hone, right? Tatemaya is like your public position on everything, right? What you say to people, what you act like is your opinion, because it's what sounds good, you know, either it's what people expect from you, or what will not make people upset, whatever. That's your tatemaya, your, you know, your front-facing opinion, what you show to people. That's what that is. And then there's hone, which is your true feelings, how you actually feel, and that's usually bottled up and only really given out to like maybe really close friends or whatever. But so that's a big concept in Japanese culture. If it confuses you at all, it's just very like, just think of politicians in your country, because that's, at least in America, that kind of attitude would be more associated with politicians, where you just say what your voters want to hear, even though everyone knows it's probably not what you actually think. That concept is just kind of more broadly applied to overall Japanese culture. So yeah, the potion was called Hone Straight, you know, for Hone, your real feelings, how you genuinely feel, and the potion basically got that out, you know, basically replacing the tatemaya. So that's pretty much how that worked. And yeah, he just I think he thinks that Noetta was tsundere. I think that was brought up at some point, but so, and you know, honestly, in anime, the whole tatemaya hone actually isn't really much of a thing, really. Anime characters, broadly speaking, are very honest about how they feel, or at the very least, it's very clear when they're lying, you know, in the case of like tsundere type characters. But that's one of the reasons why people say anime is not a good reflection of Japanese culture, because they're, you know, that's actually part of it. But I mean, there's many parts of it, but that is one of them for sure. But what is a good example of the whole tatemaya thing is Mina, because she is like usually a pretty likable, positive, friendly sort of girl, you know, but that's not at all how she really feels, right? Her hone, it's much like, they called it Black Mina. It's much more cruel, much more blunt, much more mean, right? So if you want a good example of the whole tatemaya hone thing, that would be it, Mina. So if you need an example to understand the concept, luckily for you, the episode gave you one. So, but it was quite funny to see everyone like reacting to her hone when she's just like sitting here like, huh, why are you guys acting so weird? I'm just being my usual self. What's up? Because she doesn't know that those feelings are leaking out. So that was some pretty funny stuff. But so yeah, this episode in general, I think, is probably the best example you're ever going to see in anime of that concept. So that was pretty interesting on that basis. But so yeah, if you were confused at all, hopefully, because they kept using the word tatemaya throughout the episode, and I'm sure 90% of the people watching this didn't know what that meant, so I thought it was pretty important to explain that. But I didn't want to call it like lip service or whatever they called it in the translation, because it's overall, it's the concept that doesn't quite translate well into English. They did their best. I don't think it was like too confusing for people, but I feel like something was kind of lost if you weren't kind of already aware of that. So that's why I explained it. So I think that's all I really want to say on the episode. It was a good one. I enjoyed it. Definitely interesting seeing that other side of Mina. I'm never going to look at her the same way again, I can tell you that. Whenever she says anything, I'm going to just like wonder what she's truly thinking behind the curtain. So yeah, that's that. So Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you click that like button, support me on Patreon, leave a comment, any of that stuff would be great. So, bye-bye.